Graduated late from UCLA. It took me 6 years. I'm 25 now, and when I was younger, I thought I'm gonna be so behind. All my friends are gonna have big girl jobs, and I'm gonna be the one that's behind, not knowing what I'm doing with my life. And I really have found so much value in reframing my gap years, reframing my timeline. No, there's no right way to do it. There's no correct way. There's no rush. There's no, like the society says, straight after high school into college, into job. Everyone collects different nodes of information, data from around the world in different ways through their experiences, and their experiences inform their worldview. And by collecting diversified experiences in several aspects of life, in your relationships, in your work experiences, in your internships, in apprenticeships, in your traveling the world, in the academic system, you're able to aggregate knowledge in a way that allows you to say, hey, I'm learning something about myself. This is how I respond to certain situations. This is how I feel in certain contexts, and this is maybe a weakness I have, and this is where I want to go. And I think that any tension around the timeline of finishing school is kind of informed by, basically, socially we're told to do so. And what I find helped me is like really just paying attention to like where are all the aspects of learning that surround me everywhere. It's not only in college, it's not only in the academic system. And let's look at, I took 2 gap years, and one was primarily travel and exploration, and I worked, but it was a lot of me like working my service jobs and then spending the money because I was traveling. And then I had another gap year where I was working more focused, like I was doing more focused work, and I was setting a financial foundation for myself, and I was exploring like how I was going to afford my education and if the education was worth it for me. And I think it's less about like, is college worth it for you, and more about what are the skills and resources and environments for learning that are conducive to my that are conducive for my success. I'm stumbling. And the minute that I started looking at my whole life, everything, all of the moving parts, instead of just college, because I think in just college I was like, what's my major supposed to be? I don't know what I want to do. That's when I really started kind of being like, okay, there's different moments of information that aggregate into my collective experience of understanding what it is I enjoy and what it is I want to do. I'm literally sweating. You see me sweating. And that doesn't come from just a major, and it doesn't come from just the academic system or just the education system. And that's my little spiel. I want to get more specific about these ideas and concepts and kind of provide more examples on how to like actually do them, because I think that's like my whole life school narrative or perspective is very intuitive. Like it's obvious. It's not like, oh wow, it's something new. It's just reminding us that don't feel trapped by college systems, and you can find so many alternative paths to success nowadays. It doesn't have to be on a specific timeline, and it doesn't have to be strictly from one thing. It's all through experimentation from everyone who's ever everybody finds success through experimentation and building confidence through that experimentation. And I like talking about these things because I feel like it really resonates with something I personally struggled with, but also because I have people reaching out to me about it. People will be like, thank you for saying this, I'm struggling with this, and it like feels good to hear. And that to me is like just like signal that something is missing in the like, I hate saying collective and sounding like a hippie, but just culturally we are at a point where innovation is outpacing education to a certain extent. So we're sort of lost. We're like, okay, the existing structures that used to promise us at least some sense of security are no longer doing so. So there's more responsibility on the student to take active agency over their education and control over their learning so that they can generate experiences that are conducive to what they would like to experience. And I just like bringing the topic up for conversation. I like connecting with students that went through similar things. I really am fond of people that are exploring creative careers or building a path that doesn't exist yet. It's specific to them, it's specific to their skill sets, and I think humans have an ability to identify like gaps in culture or gaps where there could be value to be added based on their own unique worldview and experiences. And so through that, I get really interested by like people really navigating their own way and being like, hey, like this is something that I think I can do to provide value and use my art or my business as a tool to do so. And I am kind of at the phase of learning how to articulate that, learning how to create systems that support that. I'm hosting a workshop this month to allow students to kind of like have community with people pursuing alternative paths and like find community structure to explore a creative career. Because when I was in it, I was like, I feel like I'm the only one that's not, it's not clicking for, and it's just not true. Like there's a lot of people that do things differently, and it's just about finding them and brainstorming and having that level of support and like that community feeling. I'm getting a little bit nervous about YouTube because I think I had a phase where I was just like so full and like down for it, and recently I've just been a little bit discouraged and I don't feel I'm communicating as clearly, and it just gets a little scary because it's like, oh, the videos are flopping. And I also don't want to limit myself to the college thing, because I do think like most of my work and like perspective is more geared towards community-based businesses and creative business models and getting those running and getting those started and really creating like impact through the tool of business. But this college process is so real and personal to me, and if you ever struggled, if you are navigating an alternative path, if you're designing your own major, if you are taking a gap year, if you are trying to find a balance between education and starting a business and creating momentum while you're in school, reach out to me. I'll add a link. I love this stuff. It's what I do. It's like, it's where I've been. I spoke with a student earlier this week, and we just had such a great talk, and I'm really passionate about people pursuing things they love, because I think people that do what they love do great work, and the world needs great work. And there's so much noise, there's so many things, there's so many options and opportunities available to us. It can be a little overwhelming. It's like, which opportunity do I pick? And I think that the more that we have tools to kind of clarify that feeling and like explore that within ourselves, the more we're able to pick the thing that is that, and like that feels expansive. And that's just what I do. So love you guys. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, you're the best. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate any engagement I get, because usually it's like 2 views and I'm like, oh, but I shall continue, because for me it's like just about validating my own experience and ideas and connecting with people that get it and letting myself live as a human that articulates and expresses themselves. I don't know why I'm talking like so hippie today, but maybe it's because I'm in this magical green porch. Love you guys. Look at my manicure. There's no manicure. Tomorrow I'm getting my nails done.